Wow, looks like we're live. Fantastic. So this probably isn't a long stream today. It's just sort of a bit of a progress update. And so I've just started working out her dress. And as I started to work on her dress, because the background paper is this grey, light grey colour, I needed to discover his fingers, his hand, and get the lights and darks going. So her dress will be lighter up here. In fact, it'll be probably a sort of a skin tone, and then a darker coming down here. So I didn't want to get too confused of what I was doing, or to obliterate where the hand is supposed to go. So this afternoon I've just been working on trying to sculpt his hand. So I'm just going to do a bit of work on that and chat away, but probably just for half an hour. So let's see if I can zoom in a bit. Try and get a spot. Just check if that's good. I think that's a reasonable position to see what I'm doing. So I'd blocked in her both their hair. Let me just put some different music on for myself because this is not working. It is not working for me. I won't run the sort of beats I've been having in the background. I'll just chat away if I can. See if I can talk and paint at the same time. Well, in this case, this is the thing where people go, "Oh, are you using pastel pencils? That's drawing." Well, these are pigments. They're just dry pigments, right? They're exactly the same pigments you'll get in oil paint. They just don't have the oil. So that's painting to me. And I think I'm going to just start with building up this shadow under the arm and get a bit of more darkness going on in there. That's what I want to do. So if you join and I don't immediately respond to, I mean, there's no one on at the moment, so that's okay. But if I miss your comment, I am sorry in advance. I will get to it later. And in the background on my headphones, I'm listening to an Icelandic band, and I'm going to give them a shout out because I've fallen in love with them. They're called Of Monsters and Men. And I cannot pronounce the city they're from. I'm not even going to try, but it starts with R. They're just quite lovely. Oh, hello, Donna. How fantastic. I'm just working on this arm. That's what I'm doing. Just let me know if my big head gets in the way of the shot. And I'll zoom in a bit more. Let me just see. Is that head? Oh, it's getting close. Maybe I'll just zoom in a little bit more. There we go. So I'm just working on just trying to get the shadow, and the shadows here need to be the same as here. And I've got a particular colour in mind, which I'd been using sort of around here on her top. So I'm a bit tempted to call this. I was talking to my wife Helen about this, what sort of colour it might be. And I said, is it teal? And she says, I think it's turquoise. But my idea of turquoise is more blue, lighter blue-green than this. So I'm not entirely sure. We didn't argue about it because I'm very aware that men and women see colour differently. And women in particular can often see more colours than men. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, that's what I'm after. It's right up to we're around here. We just some of that there and do the same. Here. So I'm streaming a bit later today because I went out for a coffee with a friend. Which was lovely. I probably won't sleep tonight because coffee in the afternoon is not a great thing for me. There were lots of people, so we were at the beach. We went to 180, Donna. And there were lots of people down the walking along the park, and families at the park, and it really was quite nice. To you. I might do some brushwork on this section as well to just blend it a bit more. But just lay down that I'm going to call teal. I need a red. I'm not sure I want a magenta. I think I want... Maybe I do want magenta. just where the light, you'll see a little bit of where the light hits. So this is the light. I need to do a bit more lighter up here, but there's always just a dark line of shadow near that light, and then that shadow sort of fades. That's been my observation anyway. Your mileage may differ. And I'm deciding whether I want to use this magenta to create my own violets, and I think I do. Give it a go anyway. So we can have that sitting on his pants. That'll be all right. Let's get quite dark there. So typically I go, oh, I should just block this in and then move on. And then it's getting there. And then you sort of, it's very hard not to suddenly get carried away in painting and get into the detail, into the weeds, when in fact what you're supposed to be doing is like just block the thing in and then come back and do the details. So in her here, can you see her here? Let me just check. Oh, you can only see a little bit. Her here is definitely just blocked in at the moment, and that will become more apparent later. I want some green. I want some blue. Maybe this blue. So pull that through. Go dark first. And then and lighten it up. Different blue for that later. We'll lighten that up. Get some marks that are definition going on. Okay. And quick slug. Go. It's working for me. Step back a bit. Right. Jolly good. We're going for time. Yep, 15 more minutes, and then I'll call it quits. But I want a bit more warmth in here. And up in here. This is I have no idea what colour this is. No. I don't want to say brown, but probably is off that tonal range. I think I want to leave a little bit of the grey showing through in the hand as well if I can. I'll just warm it up a little bit along here. I think I want to remember which way everything is going in the wrist and the hand. So those planes and show through. Get some set. A bit more of this greeny. Nice. That's what I want. Perfect. I do want a nice darkness in here. We're going to drop on top of that green or blue. Let's go blue. With that one. One to blame. It's got more of a so I think we want to go get this is turquoise to me. So I'll show you the difference. Maybe they are of the same family. Maybe that is a dark turquoise. We're going to use it as a bit of shadow. And I think this part of the arm. That's pretty much done. We're just going to find maybe this one. Scramble that. Just be doing it. The lighter version. Let's be some sort of ochre, I think. This is going to be too dark. It's quite nice. What? It poking through. There's some look corpse-like underwater. And I think I need to get back to lightening some lights. It's gone off. Oh, come on. Play the game. Just get that sinew, which goes up there. Cute. And I want to pull that across with maybe a soft pick. And now we need to darken that. Of course we do. Bit of blue. No, actually, I want this green. That green is just beautiful. And there's a lovely bit of violet. I can find the right one. So maybe I have to make my own. I don't want to though. What have I got? We go soft. But too light. A little mark there. And we want some of that over here. Yep. Okay. Something really yucky on top. Because there's a bit of a rainbow happening. A prism of light. I want to remind myself of where that's going to be later on. I can just find the right blue and green. Somewhere in there. That'll come to me. This must be a cerulean blue. It's all right. It's quite powerful. That's okay. I don't mind. Strength. It's an interesting little colour. Okay. I might hang on to that one. Some shadows. But I think that's let's just back a bit. So I've got a bit of work to do on this what do you call that? Sort of knob on the wrist bone, I suppose, in here. And this is looking a bit skeletal around here. So got quite a bit of darkening to do up here. But I've got enough, this worked well. I'm very happy with just that spot there. So, well, I got a good spot. And now I can start more on her dress because I know I'm not going to get lost. The hand's not going to get lost in her dress. So I'll be working on that this week, and maybe next time when you tune in, I may have fixed her here. So let me just zoom out. Let's just zoom out. Here we go. So if I just bring up actually, from a distance, that'll be your viewing distance. I'm pretty happy with that for his arm so far. I'll bring up the reference photo. There's a reference photo, and you see how white his fingers are in the light. And while her dress is quite sort of silvery, if you look towards the back of her dress, so this section down in here, it's actually reflecting quite a lot of the colour of the water around her. So all the water that's in here, this sort of colour, is coming through in the dress here, and then it's much lighter. And when I look in close, I can see sort of skin tones up here, which would make sense because it's tight to her back. But I've opted to just go with the watercolour at the moment this sort of turquoisey aqua colour, aqua water. Fantastic. And I'll just see how that goes. I've got to try and get all these funny little embellishments she's got on her dress. I don't know what those things are called. Rhinestones? That doesn't sound right, does it? But overall, the painting's coming together. So her hair's blocked in. There's no detail, just the shape and the sort of colours where I want it to go. Excuse me. And his hair, ditto, blocked in. It'll get darker at the back here. This is just pan pastel. You can do quite a lot with pan pastel for hair. It's quite amazing. But I'll probably come in with the pencils, and I'd also darkened up the background and blocked that in more and started to get the refractions and the water going. Some of them are working quite well down here. Others are still pretty clumsy up here, yet to be fixed up, but I just needed to unify the colour of the water and where that was going to go. So there you go, bit of progress. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate Donna for jumping on and saying hi. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you very much. And I will be back probably again next week. Cheers for now.